What's happening, people, and welcome back to the Jimmy Ramble channel. I'm going to have to keep it down because, as you can see, we're at the caravan, and as I record, because I am recording, I'm not live, just in case I get interrupted or I have to stop for whatever reason because of the time of day. We're at the caravan and the girls are asleep. It's about half 4, 5 in the morning. I've not slept a wink. I don't know what's wrong with me at the minute with that sort of stuff. I do go through periods like this where I don't sleep at all. Been up all night, just tossing and turning. I don't know why. Usually I've got an idea as to things I'm stressing or worrying about, and there isn't anything consciously at the minute. So I don't know what that could be. I'm not going to edit this. I don't even know if I'll upload it, to be honest, but I'm not going to edit this. I'm just going to send it out as live. Again, hopefully a message to people who are thinking of starting a channel, how, you know, warts and all doesn't always have to be scary, and everybody makes mistakes, and this will not be a perfect, not that any of my videos have been, but this will not be a perfect flowing video. It's called Ramble for a reason, because I just go on and on at times. So the other thing I best say is, I don't want, like, all of my stuff is ad lib, really, unless I'm doing like a recommendation video for players on the Blades Ramble. I don't have a script, I don't have anything that I read off or anything like that. And I think that comes through as real, but it just does mean you go off on tangents at times. So I don't want this channel to be seen as something that's always deep and emotive and you have to sort of sit down and prepare yourself to go through and listen to Jimmy for a little while. But by the same token, I don't want it to be a place where people don't feel like they can talk about, you know, difficult subjects, and I want to be able to talk about things that are challenging for me, so that anybody watching that might just be going through something similar or has had a similar experience or is worried about why they feel a certain way, it might resonate with someone and let them know that they're not on their own. And selfishly, I think it's quite therapeutic to share as well, and I don't always want to burden my wife or my dad or my brother with it. So, and not that they won't watch this, but I know I have a really supportive group around me now from the Ramble community that we've built, but I also want them to know that that's reciprocated. So anyway, I've titled this Time, and as usual, I don't really know where I'm going to go with it. I'm just going to try and pour some stuff out of my head and let you know why I wanted to talk about it very briefly, and hopefully it will be brief. But I watched a programme on Netflix the other night, and it's probably been on ages, and it's something like the longest third date ever or something, longest third date I think it's called. And it's about this couple who met on a dating app, had a couple of dates, got on well, in fact hit it off quite well, and for the third date, being quite spontaneous and trying to impress, this lad says, "Oh, shall I take you to Costa Rica? Like just for a very quick 2 or 3 day stay," whatever it might have been. Girl says yes. They both go to Costa Rica. COVID hits and they're stuck there. And I won't spoil it for you, or I'll try not to, but it does sort of build into my thought process, really. And the initial thought was, he filmed. He's a filmmaker, a bit like a vlogger, a bit like what I'm doing here, but one of those that takes it everywhere and sort of films what he's doing during the day and stuff. And I thought, well, my mate used to do that, and he's now got a photography and videography business, which is fantastic. Your Story Studios, absolutely mint, by the way. Really, really good at what he does. And I were always envious of those memories that they capture. So, not that I could ever be bothered myself to do it, because it's, if you don't love doing that, then it becomes laborious. But I found myself being quite, not envious, that's the wrong word, but they'd filmed everything, and now they've released it on Netflix. And I don't mean for the lucrative element of it. He's captured an amazing one-off moment in time, really, where what an amazing, unique story that he's been able to capture all the way through. And it got me to thinking, like, well, to be honest, and this is where it might take a bit of a turn, but I'm just being honest with you, it got me to thinking that I don't capture enough memories with my family, and I lost my mum 2 years ago, and to have like something to look back on, like a film of my mum, I've got very little by way of that. There's photos and there's little snippets of her and stuff, and if I watched them back I'd probably get sad, so I'm probably contradicting myself anyway, but I just think it's sort of just reminded me how precious time is and how to live in the moment. My mum always used to say to me, enjoy your girls while they're so young, because they're only young for a split second. And to be fair, that is the one thing that I never took for granted. They're 8 now. I've blinked and it's been 8 years. I have thoroughly and will continue to enjoy every single moment with my girls and my family, my wife. I try and absorb everything I can about it. But it also made me quite sad, because I'm a bit like that, unfortunately. My moods go up and down. I've talked before about getting anxious and stuff, and that I won't go down that rabbit hole today, because it's definitely worth talking about in its own context. But that led me as well to the thoughts of another battle that I've been having. I was starting to feel guilty because I wasn't thinking about my mum every second of every day. I still thought about her every day. And because it had started to creep in where like normality set in, where I'd find myself laughing, and and then I'd be guilty. I'd feel guilty about it. And my mum would want me to be getting on with my life and enjoying, and she'd be saying, forget about me, I'll see you later on. You just go and do what you need to do. And I started to rebuild my life, if you like, because it absolutely floored me. And then I watched this thing and it brought back like, oh, I wish I had more memories of my mum. And then like occasions like today, I mean, she's not woken up yet, so I won't get in trouble for this, but it's my wedding anniversary. We've been married 12 years today, and my mum were at our wedding. Today is a day I'll think about me and my wife and memories that we've made together, but it always circles back. Well, the vast majority of times it'll circle back to, oh yeah, my mum, because my mind always wants to, I feel like I'm punishing myself sometimes. So grief is a strange thing, isn't it? And I tried to deal with it professionally in terms of talking to people. Didn't work for me. I coped better suppressing it, to be honest, and even that's not healthy. But I think everybody copes in their own ways, and this wasn't something that I wanted to get on and talk for ages about, so I'm not gonna. It's just, it might be a snippet that somebody's feeling about something, and I would just the importance of time can't be overstated, I think. And I think she'd be proud of what I'm doing now. She never saw, I'd not uploaded one video to the internet before she died, and she would be saying, go on son, you go and grab it by the coattails, and you're doing us proud, you're doing yourself proud, you're doing me proud. She was always proud of me anyway. She'd have been proud of me if I'd never had a job and, all this sort of stuff. But yeah, I just, again, I'm thinking about my mum, and I wanted to come on and probably talk a little bit about her. So I don't even know if I'll upload this, to be honest, but like as promised, I'm not going to cut it. I'm doing it on my phone again. No microphone. I haven't brought my Ramble gear with me. So yeah, thank you for listening. Hope it's resonated with somebody or helped somebody, or even if not, it's just real, isn't it? It's real life. I'm absolutely fine. I'm not going to go off and cry or anything like that. It's just, I might even go and try and get some kip, believe it or not. But thank you to everybody for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. See you soon. And we will have a laugh at some point, I promise.